Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business edition. Before we dive on in, you can help support the channel if you are looking for web hosting. Have a look at A2 Hosting, tlm.li/A2H. I host about 30 or 40 or so client websites on A2 Hosting. We have everything from basic shared hosting, which your introductory rate is going to be about 66% off at $3 a month. And you can buy, I think, up to 2 or 3 years at that rate at a time, and then after that goes up to like 9. We get free SSLs. There's some extra options for turbo boosting and a few other items there as well. Very good servers. I actually use the VPS hosting for all the different things that I do, but definitely check them out. Let's head on over to the news, shall we? We're going to start up with Google. Oh God, Google is now messing with the address bar, experimenting with hiding URL paths, just like Safari does. So, well, while loading, you'll see the full URL bar. After loading, hey, it's just the site because, oh, we got to make it not look scary for the normies out there. This is so annoying. This is like the worst part about Safari is that it does the same thing. So, I don't know. And I think Firefox is experimenting with this a little bit. It drives me crazy. But anyway, you can get over here and it's going to be rolling out. Did you say which version? I've lost track of which versions we're on. But they are going to be rolling this guy out here pretty soon. So I believe you have the default is to hide it. So you should actually be able to turn it back on. I've never really experimented with Omnibox or experiments. Mostly I use Firefoxy stuff, even though it fills my heart with loathing and hatred these days. But anyway, that is something that Google is working on. So keep an eye on that if you are. I'm guessing we're going to probably see that in Chromium soon too. Oh, Lord help us. All right. Alternative 2 reports Windows 10 updates. Once again, Windows 10 updates. Oh, it just potentially introduces more hard drive data loss. Yeah. Auto update to Windows 10 and lose all your data. Now, I will note that's a little bit hyperbolic because as of right now, as I'm recording this, you still have to manually update to Windows 10. They're actually not forcing this one on you because there's so many problems. The error seems to be that there is a new system that will allow you to set up multiple hard drives in like a RAID type section for quote unquote better retention of data in case of an error. And there's a misconfiguration on a thing by default and it actually wipes out all your data instead. Whoops! So there's that. There's actually numerous other bugs in the system as well. Less serious issues. The Windows Disk Defragmenter does not display dates for the latest automatic or manual hard drive scans. The audio visualizations don't work in Windows Media Player anymore, and that right there is the deal breaker for me. Oh wait, I don't even use Windows 10. What am I saying? Is Windows Media Player still in Windows 10? Interesting. As of this post, no timetable has been established for when these issues are going to be resolved, so it can be distributed automatically to all instances. Oh, joy. Highly recommends not. In the meantime, it is highly recommended to not install the May 20 update. So definitely do not install that particular update should you happen to see it. All right, after enough backlash, Zoom is now promising end-to-end encryption for everybody. Remember, they're like, first like, hey, we have end-to-end encryption. And it turns out they really didn't have end-to-end encryption. And then they're like, hey, we're getting end-to-end encryption if you have an account. And now they got so much backlash on that, they're like, okay, fine, we'll put it in for everybody. Now, I did actually receive an email the other day from, we were on a Zoom call yesterday with a writers network, and I actually got an email from one of the people on there saying, yesterday when I clicked the link to the Zoom meeting, the normal web page came up. Then a series of questions appeared urging me to register with Zoom. I think this is probably just their way of trying to get more people to sign up, I guess. It would require sensitive information, and she writes, a scam. I like this person. I shut it down. Next time I clicked the link for the meeting, I got the proper simple one. I thought about warning all of you just before the next Zoom meeting, but some of you will be going on Zoom before then, so I'm sending you the word of caution today. Well, thank you. So apparently, if you're clicking on it, you're getting maybe A/B testing. You might be prompted to create a Zoom account. I don't know. I will not be creating a Zoom account. I'm telling people, hey, if you want me to jump on a Zoom call, hey, I got a Zoom client sandboxed in a flat pack, I'll go ahead and jump on your Zoom call. If you want me, though, to create an account, no, not happening. We will not use Zoom under those terms. So, sorry. Story originally conflated Zoom's EOS encryption with end-to-end encryption. Since we've clarified, Zoom currently offers AES 256 GCM to all users and should start beta testing E2EE in July. That's the update from Engadget. Also from Engadget, SpaceX has a month to prove Starlink is worthy of rural broadband funding. All right. I am not a huge fan of Elon Musk, but I am rooting for this. There are several reasons. Number one is I think that if this is successful, I think Elon Musk might actually be the one that can successfully bring cost-effective broadband internet to the rural sticks. And secondly, we need them in on some of this money because we've been giving billions of dollars to the telecoms and all they've been doing is handing out bonuses to their CEOs while not building out the broadband infrastructure that the 1996 Telecommunications Act required that they did. And they didn't. We need to stop giving them money. We say, we gave you enough money. We're going to start fining you until you actually start pulling a little bit of money back from those guys and doing what we paid you to do to begin with. So I'm kind of rooting for this. It'll be neat to see if this SpaceX satellite internet from Musk has it. The cutoff is, can he get the ping latency under 100 milliseconds? That's really what the cutoff is going to be. He says he can. FCC's not quite so sure, but FCC is going to have a harder time controlling Elon Musk than they do all of the fat cats over at Verizon and Comcast and AT&T. So whatever that happens to be worth. Let me know your thoughts about that, though. I'm with Musk on this one. I'm completely with Musk here. I think that this might be the only way we actually get internet into some of these rural areas. All right, now we kind of have two articles here back to back. The first one is introducing the new service called Hey. Hey's for horses. Go eat some, right? So Hey is supposed to be this brand new trendy inbox nonsense. I must be getting old because I just do not see the sense of this. The idea here is it's an email provider from Basecamp, from the makers of Basecamp, and basically it's email, but the first time you have an email here, you kind of get like this list of things, and you can choose, do you want to throw it into your I never want to hear from this moron again, to just simply throw it away, to screen it out so it's never going to show up again, to spam to let them know. And then it basically all it really is, from my understanding, is a way to preemptively create the filters that cause emails. It's kind of like, it's not Spam Assassin, but it might be Spam Mouse. One of the anti-spam systems you can install on your email servers. It kind of starts with a blank slate and you basically train it by telling things where to go. That is sort of what we're going to start, what this platform happens to be. Now, the kicker of this new service is it costs $100 per year. They're pushing out their apps. And what ended up happening with this is that they got themselves in the middle of an Apple Shakedown. Now, they got their first app approved right away. You can buy the $99 a year service and then download the app and then connect it. Apple says, no, you have to require people, if they're using Apple, to pay us through the Apple app, which means Apple's going to get 30% of that. So basically they take a 66 or was it a 30% pay cut in order to host the thing over here, introducing yet another fanning the flames for the Apple antitrust. And this is where Apple has some security because of this, but they should also have a means for me to sideload an application should I want to. After all, it's my $1,000 device. All right. My $1,000 device, I should be able to put on it what I should be able to put onto it, and accepting the risks. I'm not saying it should be easy to do. I'm just saying it should be possible to do without giving my phone access to a Chinese hacking script. But what happens here is that Hey went to push out an update, version 1.0.1, to do some basic bug fixes, and the Apple Store reviewers, wow, there's a Freudian slip, cancel! The Apple Store reviewers rejected it, citing Rule 3.1.1 from Apple's guidelines, saying that if people are able to buy things through your app, they need to use Apple Payment and therefore take the 30%. All right. Now, with that being said, let's see. They said, no, this is like Netflix, which you do not have to pay for Netflix through it because they're saying it's an annual subscription. This does not qualify. It's the same thing as Netflix. But Apple's like, oh, no, Netflix and Slack are okay, but you still have to pay us even though you have the exact same model. And so this is more fuel for the Apple antitrust. Now, I did not include it in the news, but Microsoft today just came out and said, yeah, Apple's really antitrusting it here. We should know we've lost the antitrust fight. And so for whatever it's worth, I do think that Apple, like, I understand Apple wanting to get something for the device, but taking 30% off of the sign up for it, I think is a little bit excessive. And so I agree that this is Apple being antitrust and kind of interesting. So I'm watching this to see what happens, but this has kind of caused a big fight in the tech industry and people are taking sides either for or against Apple. Most of them are generally taking it against Apple. So there's my news. Let me know what you think about the Apple Shakedown. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Give me some thumbs up, some down, some comments down there, and let me know what you think about all these articles. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.